Making You Superhuman, Part 3. I want to talk today about anti-inflammatory fats. Now, I got to tell you, back in the 90s, I got sucked into the low-fat, no-fat diets. We never knew what was going on. But then I started seeing studies come out that showed me there's no data to back that up. In fact, good fats need to be in your diet. 30% of your calories can come from good fats, but we do need to decrease saturated fat. We eat way too much of that. We need to decrease omega-6 fats. That's oils, seed oils, grain oils, and trans fats and hydrogenated fats need to absolutely disappear. So we want to eat more lean meats, fish, top of my list, poultry, lamb, lean red meats, wild game. Those are all okay, but we want to limit the amount a little bit, and we want to use more monounsaturated fatty acids. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. So the sources of our fats. Where should you get your fats? Two things that I eat almost every day of my life: avocados and olives. You want to increase your MUFAs, that's a great way to do it. Now, I really prefer you do these things rather than using the oils. But when you need to use oils for things, coconut, olive, and avocado are the three that I recommend. And mayonnaise, I think the avocado mayonnaise is the healthiest form of that. So here's those three oils that I have in my house. You should not have any other oils, in my opinion. Let's talk about fish. Lots of reasons you should eat fish. They've got the healthy fats. Here's a study from the University of Pittsburgh, and they did MRIs of 260 people's brain to see how big it was. And they wanted to check the people who ate fish and compare that to the ones who didn't eat fish, and they found once a week or more for your fish eaters made a bigger brain. How many of you have a bigger brain right now? Because you eat fish once a week. All right, we got a number of you. Try to do that. You get twice a week in, better yet. And it's not that hard. Besides that, you're 5 times less likely to develop Alzheimer's disease or cognitive impairment. Any guess what this is on my plate? That's not a tuna melt, it is a salmon melt. Very tasty. You want a 20% decrease in mortality from everything? All you got to do is eat nuts. Healthy fats in nuts. In a new study, they looked at 21 trials that included nuts, and people lost weight and reduced their waste when they ate nuts. They reduced their risk of type 2 diabetes, metabolic syndrome, and heart disease. And what are the best nuts to eat? Macadamia and walnuts are at the very top of the pyramid, in my opinion. And after that, almonds, pecans, Brazil nuts are also good. So all nuts, now the peanut would be the one I encourage you to stay away from, but all the rest of the nuts are good, and it's a good idea to mix them up a little bit. Don't have to eat the same thing all the time. Does it really make a difference if you eat organic grass-fed beef versus grain-fed beef? Tremendous difference. Look at the LDL drop when people are eating the grass-fed beef. If you can do that, I want to encourage you to move to healthier meats, use nuts, and use healthy fats.